I'm doing a review and tutorial on a brand new Nars Cosmetics makeup launch. So they launched powders. Again, obviously the Laguna powder is known, loved. They launched some cream Laguna bronzers, which I've been loving for contouring in a few shades. So now they launched a bunch of powders there's actually 9 shades, which is crazy, but that's more suited to all skin tones, so that's really exciting. And they launched 2 eyeshadow palettes and a lip. Original shade, which is actually what I used on my face today, is the shade 2 in the line. So this is the bronzer. Beautiful packaging as always with Nars, high quality. Right here, I will swatch this for you as I kind of talk about this, so you can kind of see the shades I'm using and that I like. This is shade 2, which you can see is kind of perfect for my skin tone. I obviously have some self tanner on right now, so it's perfect for that. There's 2 eyeshadow palettes here. I applied the Laguna Sunset today. This is the original Laguna shadow palette. Beautiful for everyday kind of styles. They don't have actual names, I don't think, of the shades, but I will swatch them and go through them with you. So this has 1 matte in it, 2 kind of satins, and then 1 shimmer. So the matte shade, I will put that right next to Laguna, which does look really similar, maybe a little bit warmer. Next shade next to it is just a little bit deeper, and it's got a satin kind of feel to it, highly pigmented. That's just 1 swipe, so that would be beautiful in the crease to build it, or to do like a smoky kind of eye look. The upper one is basically the same as that first shade, just in a satin formula. A little more bronze to it, like a yellowy kind of undertone. Last shade is this beautiful champagne color. This is definitely more shimmer. Really light. It doesn't have tons of pigment. It's very kind of light and dusty. This is the first Laguna eyeshadow palette. It's stunning. It's beautiful. So I will show you the next one, the one I applied on my eyes today. It's absolutely so much more beautiful than I thought, honestly. Just the finish of it and like how it ended up looking, I was just like amazed. So they're all shimmer shades. They're kind of like a satiny shimmer, I want to say. The formula is just a little different. Like it looks like it's going to be crazy sparkly, but it's not. So the first shade is this champagne-y shade, which I'll put kind of next to that shimmer one. This is interesting actually. So this is the shimmer, a little warmer, but actually applying as a swatch on my hand, it has more fallout. When I applied it on my eye, it really sunk in. So I kind of take that back. This formula actually will not be fallout when you apply it to your eye. It's just a little misleading. When you do the swatches, it seems like it's going to be more fallout and wispy, but applied to the eye, it went on creamy and smooth. Next shade here is a beautiful, like a kind of looks champagne-y. It looks a little darker on camera. Bronze in it and more like yellowy orangey undertones. I use that on my lid. And I also use this like beautiful, this is obviously way more rose goldy and pink. I layered it with this shade, those both on the middle of my lid. Just beautiful and brightening and warm and stunning. Those are going like more smooth on my skin, but for some reason that first one just applied a little different, but it's all beautiful when applied to the skin with a brush. Last one in here, love this shade, very surprised by this one as well. This is a dark kind of bronzy satin shimmer shade, and this one is obviously crazy pigmented. This is 1 swipe. This just, when I applied it, carved out, it just woke up my eyes so much and was so beautiful and complimentary. Really, really love this shade. So those are the eyeshadow palettes. Absolutely obsessed with the Sunset when applied. The Laguna looks beautiful, kind of perfect for everyday, maybe people who wear minimal makeup. The last thing that they launched was this Afterglow lip, which is one of their popular lip products. And this is in the shade Laguna, which is obviously this beautiful bronzy shade. You can kind of see it's a little see-through on the skin, but gives that bronzy kind of look. Keep watching and I'll show you guys how to create this beautiful Laguna makeup look. I have done my foundation, concealer, and I put some cream contour on, which I always wear on my skin prior to putting powder on. So I'm gonna go and do the next step I go in with, which is adding powder onto my cream contour just to enhance the color and really set it in place. Just a great classic contour color. So I use this is kind of one of my favorite powder brushes. It's from Persona Cosmetics. It's a power brush. They have a few of them. I'll leave a link for it below. So I just lightly kind of dust. You can see actually how much of an impact that kind of does, even though it's really not much color. So I do a light dusting, kind of flick it upwards. I'm kind of loose on top of the skin. And then I kind of like to just lightly dust into the hairline and then go back and forth along the hairline here to make sure it looks really natural. And obviously there's no lines, looking like I really have gotten some sun on my forehead. See how much of a difference it actually makes from just that cream bronzer adding and locking in with that powder. Now I'm going to do the eyeshadow. It's really gorgeous shade. So this is going to be a shimmery kind of look. I'm going to lightly kind of lay down a little bit of the lightest shade in the inner corner, the shade right here. I'm going to lightly, just using a flat shader, lightly apply on my inner corners here and a little bit beyond the lid on the inner corner and up. It's really soft actually, so it doesn't look too shimmery or powdery. It just kind of looks glowy. And then I'm actually going to use this Nars brush. I love this. It's a tapered blending brush. Go in with this like darker shimmer. Carve my crease a little bit because I want that depth and that color. And these are shimmery, but they're more like satin shimmery, so they're not like crazy shimmery where they'll just look kind of ridiculous. They're actually just really beautiful on the skin. It's just looking like I'm kind of bronzed and glowy, which is obviously kind of always my goal. Honestly, like the finish and application of these is a lot more impressive than I even really imagined. And a fun step, I'm gonna add these brighter colors on the middle of my crease, which is what I love to do. This is a flat synthetic shader from MAC, the 195. I like using this with shimmery colors because it gives you a lot of color payoff. So I'm mixing the two because I really want to use both because I think it's beautiful. This one's more of like champagne-y and this one's more rose gold. And I honestly just love both. So I'm gonna lightly apply this to the lid. And it's just gonna look glowy and sunset-y, stunning together. Now I'm going to finish my eye up, and then I'm going to show you guys how I finish up with my lip using the Laguna Afterglow lip balm. So excited and impressed with this Nars Laguna launch. Like, I really mean that when I say it because I do my makeup all the time and I like love the looks, but once in a while I do my normal kind of thing, just using different products, and then I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this looks way different. And that really says something about the makeup, I feel like. So this line, 10 out of 10 for beautifulness. I'm like so excited to take pictures. I finished my makeup look, my eye. I just added some liner on my upper waterline and then mascara. I'm gonna do my lip now. So I'm using the Makeup by Mario lip liner in Chris. Kind of a terracotta-y brown. Just kind of outline my lips and then add a little bit on the inner corners. And then there's a little brush on the end that I'll just kind of soften these lines with. Gorgeous. And then I'm going to kind of do a couple little things. I'm going to add a little bit of lipstick in the middle. This is Charlotte Tilbury Nude Kate. And I just like to add a little bit in the middle for dimension. Here's this Laguna Afterglow lip balm. Look how beautiful. Over top. to add that kind of gleam and shine, but also having that dimension. I cannot get over how much I love this look. I love this whole Laguna line with the eyeshadow and the lip and the newly launched powders. I'm absolutely obsessed. I hope you enjoyed this look as well. Don't forget to head over to Instagram and follow me at Hollywood Beauty. And don't forget to follow me here and like this video at Hollywood Beauty on YouTube. I post every single week with brand new videos. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful week and I'll see you next time.